No intro video today because I forgot that I turned it off, but here we go. Levi's cooking, and I'll let him talk since it's weird for me to talk first, apparently.
Hey, y'all, it's Levi with Member Solutions Done over here with Villain Support. Of course, we've got Chris joining us today. How y'all doing? I am still in the middle of cooking my dinner. Today, we are doing a one-pot creamy pasta, Cajun pasta, and I'll go over that recipe with you guys in just one moment, soon as I find my tablet. And I will share this recipe in the Discord if somebody reminds me to, because I've got it saved on my phone, so it won't be too hard to share the link for that. One pot creamy chicken Cajun pasta. It's smoked paprika if you can afford to grab it. If not, regular paprika will work. You need 2 teaspoons of smoked paprika, 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1 teaspoon of thyme, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. Let's face it, if you like garlic as much as most of us, measure that with your heart. 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Sorry, not 1/2. 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Then you want olive oil, butter, boneless chicken, onion, fire roasted diced tomatoes, a couple cups of chicken broth, 2 ounces at least of cream cheese, and some green onions sliced. Your olive oil and butter is to cook your chicken. So again, measure that to how you want to do it and make your alterations. It's just calls for 1 yellow onion, and this is for 4 people, by the way. 1 can of fire roasted tomatoes. So you're going to combine your ingredients for the Cajun seasoning in a small bowl. Cut your chicken into 1/2 to 3/4 inch cubes. Place the cube chicken in a bowl and add the seasoning mix and coat. I would suggest adding a little bit of flour to that because that will help thicken everything up when you go to add all the water and everything. Now add your olive oil and butter to a large deep skillet. Heat it over until everything's melted and foamy. Add the seasoned chicken to the skillet. Cook for a couple minutes on each side or just until the outside gets some color. The chicken does not need to be fully cooked through at this point. Add your diced onion to the skillet. Saute that for about 2 to 4 minutes, or just until the onion begins to soften. Allow the moisture from the onion to dissolve any brown bits from the bottom of the skillet. Next, add your pasta, your fire roasted tomatoes, your chicken broth. Stir until everything is even combined. Place the lid on top and allow the broth to come to a boil. If you want to, you can par cook your pasta before all that step to condense the cooking time, but it does mean that it's a 2-pot recipe instead of a 1-pot if you do that. Once boiling, turn the heat down to a medium-low. Let the pasta simmer for about 10 minutes, stirring it every couple minutes until the pasta is tender and liquid is thick and saucy. Add your cream cheese at that point. Stir until it's melted in. Top the pasta with your sliced green onions. And I'm going to also add a little bit of Parmesan cheese to it as well. Now, I'm at the point of where I'm adding my pasta that I par cooked. I added my broth to it. I also drained some of the starch water out of it into a little cup that had some lentils, because I'm adding lentils to this dish as well. So my boiling hot starch water was also cooking my lentils for a little while they soaked. Now, I did soak these in cold water for about a half hour beforehand as well. And now I'm going to just stir everything together, let everything kind of get simmering and boiling and thicken up. And that should realistically only take until the water is at its boiling point, which will be about 5 to 10 minutes. I get to add my tomatoes because I forgot that. And this is currently what it looks like because I didn't use penne pasta. I used a different pasta called, forgot to mention it's that pasta. Carorise, whatever that is. Casarise. Casarise? Honestly, it's not a pasta I actually heard of, and that's somebody who learned about a lot of different pastas. So I'll have to look that up later. Was not one that I was familiar with. I always loved One of the reasons why I love culinary, because I'm always learning something new. I never know everything. Honestly, you never really do. You enjoy fettuccine with creamy sauces? Then you would probably enjoy this with fettuccine. You can replace the sauce, or not the sauce, the pasta with your favorite pasta. It doesn't really matter. All pastas will work. It's just the time it takes to cook will dramatically change based on the pasta that you're using. The beauty of this is I am effectively done. I've just got to wait for that to get to boiling. Chris, I think, is writing out a script idea.
I had an idea, and I gotta finish writing this out. So yeah.
So, by the way, if you have Twitch and you have Prime, you can follow us on over there and support us without it costing you a dime. I would like to mention that thanks to the new rules of Twitch, you can't lurk the entire time. You do have to comment every so often, otherwise it doesn't count towards viewerships for us. I do apologize about that. I know there's plenty of people who would rather just pop on over there, chill out and relax, enjoy the conversation, laugh at a few things, and be like, hey, I'm supporting you. And that used to be the case. Unfortunately, they don't count it now. Yeah, that's looking good. Just need that to thicken up a little bit. Also gonna add sauce a tiny bit. Then I put it away. Add it. I'll probably add something in the range of the salt and vinaigrette or something like that to it. A spoon there. Exactly the spoon I want to use. And now I gotta rinse it off. You're lurking over here? By all means. Just found out the assignment you helped still compiles and runs successfully. That's cool. Oh, that's sauce. Good. I don't really want to change anything on that. Oh, that's got the perfect amount of salt for me. Kiddos will probably add more salt. Those don't know. I do not add a ton of salt to my dishes anymore. I add what I deem is enough. But very often everyone is adding salt and pepper to my stuff, and I'm like, eh. I'd rather it be undersalted than oversalted. One's fixable, the other one's not so much. Your cat was trying to eat you. Well, if it perceives that you're dead, they'll do that. Don't die. Such an out-of-pocket thing. Had your yearly local furry minicon, 500 attendees, and we raised $227,000 for Charity Week. That is awesome, Waymer. I cannot wait until we get large enough to start like promoting and doing things like that. That would be so cool. Our first goal is the animation. And Chris, what would you think would be the next one? I honestly think, and I'm partial to this one because I think it would benefit us more. Getting you full-time content creator
Would be great.
for me. It would be better. Speaking of, Raven wants a job because they want to pay for their own phone. And I told them, well, you have a couple options. We need an editor. You can learn how to do that. Can't guarantee you how much we'll pay you, but it'll be enough to cover your phone bill per year at least. Alternatively, we can look at other jobs for you. So You ever do interviews? Oh, that would be a fun. That's a fun thing that me and Chris have talked about in regards to the villain support stuff, interviewing villains and heroes, and we've done periodic things. They've been really hit and miss. And the main thing that we were always missing is we need somebody to be cosplaying the character. We need the voice and the cosplay and everything, because otherwise it's very boring to watch. Because within the first few minutes, it's a nice, funny premise, and then you're like, I'm bored. I don't want to sit here and like 90% of people don't want to sit there and imagine what, let's say, we're interviewing Vader for HR position, which be hilarious and stupid to have Vader as an HR representative. But as the example, it'd be much funnier if Vader was actually there doing the breathing and the voice acting and the motions and everything than it would be just seeing John or Levi asking those questions, waiting a moment, responding in a way that you guys would understand what he might have said, right? I understand the imagination thing. And there's a fair amount of our followers in particular, because that's, the old followers of people who joined us before we started adding voice work and stuff like that to things, who very much fall into that range. Hey, no, I love what you did originally. We're not going to stop that style. That style will still exist on this channel. That's what got us started. We still very much have those moments of, I don't really know what to make for his voice, but this is a funny freaking video by itself, right? And then we tend to go and we will release that, and then we'll take that and we'll script out and fix it. And sometimes we'll do that as a pre-video, but it never hits the channel. But that would be something, Chris, when we recorded or when we were workshopping the Scarecrow skit, the original idea without voice acting and everything that I did, that would have been a great thing to put on like Fourth Wall for Fourth Wall members as a behind the scenes thing. Like, so far I'm just putting that on my channel, but that would have been a great thing. And you've had videos like that too, where you're like, I don't like how this came out completely. I know I can do better. I'm going to go ahead and workshop it and redo it.
Yeah.
And then we come out with what is effectively an entirely different skit, but it would have been great for people to see that behind the scenes process in some way. How many episodes of Gary the Broke Vampire are we at, though? We are at almost an hour and a half. But the problem is, and I hate to say this, and I've looked at it because I've compiled the Gary videos together as one in the order that they quote unquote should be based on what we believe. I don't want to release it. I've mentioned to Chris that we need to talk and figure out where we can fix things or what we can remove to make it flow better. Because as an individual, you're watching it pop on your thing, it's much better. Because the first half of Gary, unfortunately, there's a huge chunk of it during the writer strike / actor strike, and we weren't able to use certain media and things. And while though it was a nice challenge, it also, from a start to finish of a story, really screwed things up. Yeah. The later half of Gary, it like the first 2-3 videos of Gary before the like prequel of like how things happen, beautiful, funny as fuck. The middle portion, there's like 2 videos that are really funny. The concepts are more funny than the videos themselves, to be honest. Like the whole biting, turning a bunch of animals into things, camel, doing the whale, hilarious. But then the hunting his followers and down and everything, because we couldn't use certain media characters. In all honesty, that hurt it, because we're like, okay, we have to be as generic as possible, and we didn't come up with additional characters that we could have and probably should have done, and it hurt the pacing if you watch it from start to finish. It didn't hurt the pacing if you watch an individual episode. Individual episode, Gary works very well. But we have discussed remaking the Gary series.
Yep.
But I'm at a point where it might be worth it to just release it so that people have it and can watch it if they want to. There we go. Trying to get that cream cheese all mixed in. It doesn't want to melt properly. Yeah, what's up? Yeah, you can have a Diet Coke. You shouldn't be having caffeine this late, but you can have a Diet Coke. You can't ask after the fact, dickhead. At least you didn't open it beforehand. You guys found a cure for vamps. You can save the whole blue whale.
This is just a goofy idea.
Oh, yeah. Turn that off. Add our stuff. Kind of wish it was a little bit thicker, but that's on me. If I had cooked the pasta in it, it probably would have been much, much thicker. I added too much water. That is one thing. If you're going to par cook the pasta, make sure you reduce the water that you use. If I had reduced it by a single cup, it would have been perfect. Right now, it's a little bit on the water side. It's fine. I'm 200 care right now. All right, kiddos. Yep. All right. And a few French onions on top while I'm at it. Add the cheese. These tools add a tremendous amount of fiber, which is nice. A very protein-heavy dish, though. I will warn you on that. The pasta that I use, plus the lentils, plus the chicken. What are we at? 8.
Oh no, that's what I'm interested in.
17. About 32 grams of protein per bowl. About 32 grams of protein.
Sorry about.
Okay. I think. Hold on. Let me see that. Was that in there? Okay, you're good. You're good. And we need a spoon.
I know.
What's wrong?
Let's make this.
I even used the super, super tiny ones. I've got onions,
I get.
sauteed like you like.
Daddy, so much chicken.
Yeah, there's a lot of chicken in there. Part of this dish. The main part. All right, everyone, I'm going to turn off my phone so it's safer for me to go downstairs. Okay?
I'm gonna be really
So
boring,
I'll be.
everybody. I'm gonna be interesting for a few minutes while Levi's changing locations, and
Yeah.
then I'm gonna finish up this sketch because I had a really stupid idea, but I think it's gonna be really fun. About Napa going on a date and not understanding the birds and the bees because he's just been a warrior his whole life. It'll get there. Yeah, 53 Rogue. That is the exact reaction I expect. Oh no, Fallout Jack. It's way worse than that. just, just trust me. Just trust me. I like that too, Whitewer. Wheeling Dragon, yeah. John tries and then leaves it up to Levi to do it, and that's where the sketch ends. Exactly. So I'm just writing this all out. Copy. Gotta put this into a Google Doc. One sec.
A little bit shorter on screen. Whenever I am relaxing and I'm not needing to like be on camera and stuff, I love because I have a another chair, a cannibalized chair seat that's all the way pushed down, and I bought these flat right here, Chris.
Yeah.
These flat things, so I turned it into a stool, an adjustable stool. I turned it into an adjustable stool for $12. And an exact version of this that's called an adjustable stool, just shaped slightly differently, is like 50. So you need an adjustable stool. Find an old office chair. Get yourself some of the flat wheels, and you're good. But what I'll do is I'll lower myself down so that my seat and everything's like nice and even, so it acts like a recliner chair. I'll just lean back and be like, show. Hey, Jazz, you have a good one. Now I tasted the sauce, but I haven't tasted everything together. Where's a piece of chicken? Here's a piece of chicken. That's good. That's really good. Wish it was a bit creamier, but that's on me for not cooking the pasta in it at the same time. I'm not adjusting my personal recipe. But that's really good.
Okay. So you missed me say this, Levi, but the idea that I had, for some reason, I thought about the word food bait, the phrase food baby. And then I thought, what if we play with the fact that Napa often has Sheldon Cooper levels of obliviousness?
You want to make him autistic coded?
No.
Asperger's coded type of thing.
No. No. Why would you go there immediately?
Because that's what it is.
No. Okay. It's. I'm saying that someone else specifically said that. Just very oblivious. It has nothing to do with coding him as autistic or anything like that.
All right.
He's been a warrior his whole life. All he's done is fight.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I already lost you.
No, you didn't. I'm listening.
Okay.
I'm just hungry.
Just thought it'd be funny if he literally didn't understand where kids come from. So let me just read to you what I've got.
Someone who just doesn't have life experience.
Like Goku. Goku makes comments like he doesn't understand.
That is such bad writing. I have to say that is such horrible writing.
But it's in world accurate. That like Goku literally acts like he doesn't understand how his children came to be. So John goes, "Hey Nappa, how'd your date go?" Nappa says, "Oh man, John, it went great. We had steak, then a couple drinks. Then she asked if we could go back to my place." "Oh, really?" "Yeah." And I was like, "Hell yes." But when we got there, she asked for a tour. And when we got to the bedroom, she started taking off her clothes, which I thought was really weird. And I asked what she was doing. And she said, "Don't you want to do it?" And she put a lot of emphasis on the words, "do it." But I was like, "Not in here. Let's go to the kitchen." Nappa, why the kitchen? She seemed even more excited about that, but then she suddenly lost interest when I started pulling out leftovers from Bulma's last party over the weekend. Nappa. Then after a few minutes, she asked where the bathroom was, but instead she just left. She was real weird. Nappa, if she wanted to do it, why were you pulling out leftovers from Bulma's? Why wouldn't I? Nappa, do it means to have sex, not eat more food. What? She wanted to have sex with you, not eat leftovers. I mean, she'd just eaten. John, she only had an 12-ounce steak and some mashed potatoes. She didn't even order a dessert. Probably because she was full. That's a lot of food for the average human. Nappa's eyes are wide. I'm not gaslighting you. I think you wildly underestimate how much more food you Saiyans eat than humans. But Vegeta says the food at Bulma's parties is way better than sex. Have you seen the way she rolls her eyes and moans and swoons when she eats that stuff? Especially the desserts. Besides, sex isn't going to help me have children of my own. Nappa, unless you're planning to adopt, sex is the only way to have children. John, how are you this naive? Haven't you ever heard of a food baby? That's just an expression. Correct, because I pity you right now. Not the expression on your face, Nappa. Food baby is a spoken expression to mean you ate so much that your stomach is so full and visibly protruding that it looks like you could be pregnant. Exactly. Levi, you get to take this one.
I need to be eating. I need to straight up be taking my lunch break, eating while that's going on. And when you say that, I just turn around and look, and then Nappa needs to go, "See, he eats a lot." It's just like, and then we just end it with Levi going, just done with his food. I'm going to say this, and this is, I love this skit. There's going to be diehard fans who immediately call out the issues that Nappa knows about how the babies were born with Vegeta and everything like that. Nappa had talked about, at least in the old school, about like expanding the race and everything. There is absolutely zero reason as to why Nappa wouldn't understand the concept of sex, but he would have a misunderstanding, like you said, about like the do it and the food baby and stuff like that.
I kind of, think about it. It kind of does take a weird turn.
What you should do is have him when you say, "Nappa, that's the only way," and then Nappa go, "Not on Vegeta, it isn't, because it's not on Vegeta. They were technologically advanced enough to genetically create their children."
Right.
So he thinks that that's not the only way, and that should be something
That should be the Levi, you take this moment.
Actually, I'm gonna
everything
get,
else works.
I'm gonna get the reproduction part out of it because that does make him like a little bit too stupid.
Yeah.
Well,
you can still work it in as a joke. That where you go, that's pretty much the only way. Not on Vegeta, it isn't. You could still work that in and then have that be the moment of like, nope, I don't want to field this anymore. Levi, you take it over moment. You can still have that moment. It just needs to be tweaked a little bit.
Right.
I like where you went. I like how it goes forward. That's the only issue I have. And if we put that in there, it establishes that he knows what sex is. He doesn't associate it to baby making because of how he grew up. That was not the way that was used to make babies. I like what Russ is, yeah. And that's what we're working on. And
actually, no, you're right. Hold on. I just.
I did not want to tell you. I had to take a moment to like, okay, how am I going to word this that isn't going to come off like a jackass? Because I like the skit. I don't want to tell him he can't do it because of this reason. That's not what I want to say. For reference, everyone here, whenever you guys do give feedback, I would say write out. I've gotten used to say it in my head. Write out what you want to say and then read it, and then act as if that feedback is given to you. And if it's constructive feedback, or if it's just not you liking something. And I like to use the points of where, like, when Chris and I give feedback on something that we don't know about, both of us have learned at this point, it wasn't always this way, both of us have learned to say, I don't understand it, but it may be because I don't understand what you're talking about in this context. And then we have to try to explain the context. And if during the time of us explaining the context, it becomes you don't know it because you simply were not aware that this thing existed, versus hardly anyone is going to understand this. It means that, one way is fine. That video can be made. There's going to be people who understand it and people who don't. That's okay. That happens with a lot of our videos. Another way is most people aren't going to understand it. You're probably the only one. It needs to be reworded in a way that more people can understand it. There's a lot of characters that are coded like that. That's not the word I want to say. A lot of characters who are written in a way that's like, I don't understand this. And that's because sex is a very human thing. So a lot of aliens and a lot of other species and things, having them reproduce or mate or whatever in a vastly different way than what we do is a good way to be like, hey, we are human. This is a thing to talk about. But also, this is something fundamental to us rather than this species. Yeah, sex is weird. I feel like this game is finished enough that they could realistically put this as an early access and make the money back. For anyone here, I'm going to show you guys something, and I would suggest checking it out. You can check it out on Steam for free right now. This is called The Signal. I can't press play because it has music in it. I don't want to get copyright strike. But the game is really fun. It is a first-person crafting shooter type game. Go to the store page here. You do have to like fight monsters and stuff like that. You have crafting components, a car. And a lot of this is in the game right now that you can test play while they're finishing it out and building assets and stuff like that. I see it, Robert. Chris will take a look at it as soon as he's done.
Robert King. That would. I love the reference, but that would make no sense given the rest of the sketch, unfortunately.
That's another one of those things like what we talked about is like, does it make sense? How much does it make sense? Does it make sense to you, or will it make sense to other people? That falls into the making sense in the skit as well. You can have something that makes sense to a bunch of people, but in the skit, it has no place. It doesn't work. You're all good, Slayer. Oh, Gary Travel Woes. That was the second one. So, plan is Chris is writing the skit now. I'm eating some food. Well, I'll probably I'm looking at comments to see if I get inspired to do a video. Hopefully,
Okay.
I can.
I've got it rewritten.
Go ahead and share it. Let's take a look at it.
All right. 1 second here.
You want me to be Napa? That way you don't throw your voice out?
Sure.
Okay.
Well, then you're going to throw your voice out.
No, I won't. I probably won't do a voice, but this way it'll be a different voice for everyone else.
Right. All right. So let's do Bink.
Food. By the way, have you eaten? Have you hydrated? And have you
Yep.
taken your meds?
I had half of a steak, of a leftover steak, a little bit of pasta, and a buttered English muffin.
Mm. All right.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Napa, how'd your date go?
Oh man, John, it went great. We had steak, then a couple of drinks, and then she asked if we could go to my place.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, hell yeah. But when we got there, she asked for a tour. But when we got to the bedroom, she started taking off her clothes, which I thought was really weird. I asked her what she was doing, and she said, "Don't you want to do it?" She put on a lot of emphasis on the words, "do it." But I was like, not in here. Let's go to the kitchen.
Napa, why the kitchen?
Well, she seemed even more excited about that, but she suddenly lost interest when I started pulling out leftovers from Bulma's last party over the weekend.
Napa.
Then after a few minutes, she asked where the bathroom was, but instead she just left. She was real weird.
Napa, if she wanted to do it, why were you pulling out leftovers from Bulma's?
Why wouldn't I?
Napa, do it means to have sex, not eat more food.
What?
She wanted to have sex with you, not eat leftovers. I mean, she'd just eaten dinner.
John, we only had a 12-ounce steak and some mashed potatoes. She didn't even order the dessert.
Probably because she was full. That's a lot of food for the average human. I'm not gaslighting you. I think you wildly underestimate how much more food you Saiyans eat than humans do.
But Vegeta says the food at Bulma's parties is way better than sex. Have you seen the way she rolls her eyes and moans and swoons when she eats that stuff? Especially desserts.
This is also
Besides, how am I supposed to convince her to have a baby with me?
Napa, sex is literally how babies are made.
What? No, it's not. The mother and the father donate genetic material. Then the fertilized egg is placed into an incubation pod.
They don't use incubation pods on Earth.
Why the hell not?
Remember when Bulma was pregnant with Trunks?
Yeah.
Remember how big her stomach got?
Oh, yeah, from all the food she was eating.
No, she was literally incubating Trunks in her body.
That wasn't a food baby?
No.
I don't have any more. I can't see any more lines.
That's it. I'm not sure how to
Oh.
end it from there.
Huh?
That's kind of the ultimate heightening of the whole thing. I don't know where to take it from there.
You could have the sketch go ahead and go down a little bit, and literally just have John do the thing about pulling Levi in, and Levi eating the food and being like, I don't want any part of this conversation, and you're dragging me into it type
The
of thing.
problem is it's really hard to heighten a sketch and then end it on a down. You want to end it on a further heightening. That's not in the pattern.
That does leave it open, but if you want to end it, you can have it die down too. Then how did Trunks eat pizza?
What?
I have no idea. I like the idea, and this is more from the stuff that I've watched, the sitcoms and stuff, the sitcom style of like you get to that point and then somebody else gets dragged in it and they're literally just doing something nonchalant and they're like, no. like in the instance of me trying to eat my lunch and going, I want no part of this, is really funny, but that's also more sitcom style than it is improv sketch writing type style. And I have found that with a lot of our storylines and lore stuff, sitcoms tend to do better than the sketch stuff. The sketch stuff is funny, but we get more retention down the road and more people gravitating and saying, hey, what's Levi now going to discuss? Is he going to actually, like, you know, so on and so forth. But again, it's a different style of writing. And you can have that height, that midpoint, getting somebody dragged in. And usually in a sitcom, once that person's dragged in, something transpires at that point to continue that story or switch that story to a different area. That's usually what that point is. It's a pivot point. So the question is do we want this to be a full-on one-off? We never bring it up again, or never bring it again? Okay, then I would say leave it and end it right there. I think that's a perfectly reasonable ending. Napa denies the truth, comments on the weird things that Bulma ate. John gives up, looks at Levi. Levi looks back. No. If that was a thing where John gives up to look at Levi, Levi would absolutely be this isn't a thing I want to be a part of. Let me eat my lunch type of scenario. John wants Levi to explain. Levi's camera just shows an empty chair spinning and a door closing like no. I mean, that is another heightened point and a good way to segue Levi into it. If you wanted to have Napa literally ask John the question of, then how did Trunks get born? and like John could very well not want to field that and try to pass it on to Levi, and Levi goes, that could be a way. But I really think the no is a good ending if it's a one-off sketch. Who is Atreus? Do you know that one?
What?
That one.
Atreus.
Atreus. Who's Atreus?
Who is Atreus?
Kratos. Is Atreus? Are you thinking? Totally spaced the game. God of Atreus from Atreus from God of War. That doesn't no. Atreus is a child. Not doing that.
I think I got it.
Let's check.
Let's shift this back over to you. So let's just start from that wasn't a food baby.
Okay. That wasn't a food baby?
No.
I still don't buy it.
Levi. Cut to Levi, mouthful of food, glances up. I need you to explain the birds and the bees to Nappa. Levi, eyes wide, points to his mouthful of food. Like, I'm going to go to lunch, and leaves. Nappa goes, are you going to finish that?
Hey, the pure abandonment of Levi while Levi was trying to eat. That's really good. That's a really good way to drag Levi in it. It wasn't paying attention.
And it has no clue why. He just gets told, explain the birds and the bees in Nappa, and then John leaves. Levi's like, what the fuck?
Right at the ending there, Levi needs to go.
Brad, you do this. You're eating and you have a mouthful of food and you do this. You go.
No, when Nappa says you're gonna finish that, and he like Levi can.
I know. I like that. So when John goes, I need you to explain the birds and the bees in Nappa, and I want you to do this. Like, your mouth is still full, and you go, you point to me?
Okay, give me a minute. I want to get a little bit more food, anyways. This will be perfect for me to.
All right.
To fill
So,
it right.
should I wear this shirt, everyone, or a Bill Sport shirt? Shit, that didn't work. All right. I will continue wearing the National Sarcasm Society shirt. And we will, let's not break everything. I think this new ending is a lot better. What do you all think? Oh, hey, apparently, if anyone here orders HelloFresh meals, there's a news alert going out that there may be listeria contamination if there's spinach in your meal. I would verify this on the HelloFresh website if that's actually if you've got that, but that's potentially concerning. Levi, you don't order HelloFresh, do you?
Not anymore. Why? What's up?
Okay. There's a nationwide recall for listeria.
Most of the stuff I have for those things, I usually freeze my meat, buy in bulk when I can. All right, where is?
Turn on my light.
Considering I'm gonna just be making sounds, I'm gonna put the mic a little bit closer to me, so it actually picks up those. I'm not gonna. Well, I should probably mute you just in case.
All right, I'm going to mute you so I can get these recorded.
Can you pull up that script again?
All right, I'm going to mute you.
All right, go ahead. So it's. Yeah.
So Napa, how did your Napa? Hey Napa, how did your date go?
When I get things.
Hey Napa, how did your date go last night?
Don't feel like trying to make my hair look nice.
Oh, really? Napa, why the kitchen? Napa. Napa. Leftovers?
Send them those for review before I eat any more food. I may need legitimate directions on it.
From Bulma's party?
So I'll let it sit for a minute. Does that Napa even realize it was a date?
Why would you be? Napa, if she wanted to do it, why were you? Napa, if she wanted to do it, why were you pulling out leftovers from Bulma's party?
So I
Napa,
need to
do it means
try.
to have sex, not to eat more food. Napa,
one more take.
do it means to have sex, not to eat more food. She wanted to have sex with you, not eat leftovers. She'd literally just eaten dinner. Yeah, probably because she was full. That's a lot of food for the average human.
I don't know if I can hear any of that.
I'm not. I'm not.
Oh, no, you can.
I'm not gaslighting you. Okay. I think that you wildly underestimate how much more food you Saiyans eat than humans.
I definitely think one of those will work.
Nappa, sex is literally how babies are made.
No. I like the idea of like Levi being oblivious.
They don't use
They're trying to get out
incubation
of it.
pods on Earth.
Chris character just bolting. And then Nappa going, "You gonna finish that?" And Levi go,
Do
really like.
you remember when Bulma was pregnant with Trunks?
And Steve, Levi did not have enough time to escape or even try.
Remember how big her stomach got?
He was more preoccupied with eating his lunch.
No, Nappa, it's literally from all the food she was eating. No, no, Nappa,
Creeper died.
no, Nappa, it was no, Nappa, it's no, Nappa, it's because she was literally incubating Trunks in her body.
That's the one thing that, yeah, you can make it so they don't, but like,
No,
it's not a creeper.
no, that was not a food baby. Levi,
Make sure I leave a couple bites still. Much easier to pretend you have something in your mouth when you have something in your mouth.
I need you to explain the birds and the bees to Nappa. I'm going to lunch.
Oh, I still have you. I still have him muted. I need to unmute him.
I'm unmuted now.
All right. So take a look at what I sent you. I've got 2 different versions. Let me know if those one of those works
Shit.
before I
Not
finish.
ready to open Canva. Here we go.
Pulls Levi's food close and growls. And I like the idea. Like, I like that idea. But then Nappa would have a reaction. To be perfectly honest, that would be an open reaction. You could end it on Levi growling, which I can do. I can do a variety of growls. See if I can get a really good one.
I don't know that
I don't
that
like
fits.
that. I like the I like the pulling it back. Like, no, we're not seeing it. It's just it looks really weird. I think the second one's better.
Yeah, I think I'm watching the first one. There needs to be a little bit more time between the and the like because because it's 2 different
watch
lines.
the second one.
I'm going to, yeah. I like the first take and the second one.
I need to have another bite of food. That works out really well.
We're taking a second take for sure.
We're taking the second take.
I forgot that I was sharing my screen. All right. I was like, how are you laughing at what I'm watching? Oh, because you can literally see it. Right, so now I get to the fun part. I get to upload this, which means I'm going to spend a little bit of time being blurry.
Do you want higher quality copies, or do you think Discord will be just fine for this one?
What you sent me on Discord will be totally fine.
Okay.
But I need to edit John's parts down and then send just that to myself.
I was gonna say, if you're gonna do it on the computer, you want to share your screen and just show you editing?
Yeah, but I got to get it over to the computer first. So.
Alright.
So Napa. How did your Napa? Hey Napa, how did your date go?
Oh no.
Hey Napa, how did you? Hey Napa, how did your date go last night?
That's a good question, Chris.
Potentially. Oh really?
Napa thinks eating competitions are baby making events.
Oh, really?
While Chris is doing that,
Kitchen.
we have two options here.
Yeah.
That makes 3 videos. We wanted to do at least 3 because we're going to work on. Do you feel good to work on Stitchgate today?
What?
After you get done doing Napa's parts and everything, do you feel good to work on Stitchgate, or do we want to focus a little bit more on some random skits?
We can do Stitchgate. I'll be able to post out more compilations for the foreseeable future pretty soon.
All right. No, wait a minute, because he's a deadly version of Inspector Gadget in a way, only like not good either. How would John handle that call? You know who Inspector Dr. Claw is, right? Chris, you good?
What was that?
You know who Dr. Claw is? I would like who knows. Do you know who Rick Sanchez is from Rick and Morty?
I've heard of him. I've never seen Rick and Morty.
Okay. That makes it a lot harder.
From Bulma's part.
So the way I see this skit working is the way that Chris has designed some of his other skits that have done really well. It's a weak point for me. It's a stronger point for him. But when we don't know the IP, it's a weak point overall. So I know Dr. Claw and Rick Sanchez. So I wonder.
What? Why would you be?
How I would go about doing that. Yeah, I have to do that before I go bald. Before I can cut my hair, I have to do film. Well, let's put off Stitchgate a little bit longer. No, I need to get it filmed.
Napa.
I want to get it done.
Napa, if she wanted to do it, why were you? Napa, if she wanted to do it, why were you pulling out leftovers from Bulma's party?
Who's
Napa,
Trevor and
do it means to have sex, not to eat more food.
Are you meaning from Hellsing? It's been a long time since I've seen Hellsing, so I don't. Are those all 3 characters from that, or is that entirely those 2 vampires from different things?
Napa, do it means to have sex, not to eat more food.
Rick wouldn't mess with that. Rick would canonical Rick would not fuck with artifacts. He would destroy them. He would not believe that their power is derived from that.
Not eat leftovers. Literally just eating dinner.
He would science them. Oh, Trevor Belmont. Don't know who the second person is. And Alucard. And I'm guessing you're meaning from...
Yeah, probably because...
Not the what series that I know. So that's a problem. He did it to screw over the devil.
Yeah, probably because she was full. Yeah.
Yeah, I know Demon Slayer.
Full. That's
That one I know.
yeah, probably because she was full. That's a lot of food for the average human. Leftovers.
It would be the other way around.
Literally
Rick left one of his portal guns laying around or something like that,
probably because she was full. That's
and they
a
think
lot
it's an
of food
artifact.
for the average human. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not
Yeah,
gaslighting.
definitely.
Okay.
I'm not saying the
I
new
think
one
that you
especially.
wildly underestimate how much more food you Saiyans eat than human.
Who's ED209?
Is that the robot from RoboCop? The thing with the 3 guns on each arm? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Okay.
Somebody dressed up like that during one of the first couple of years of Comic-Con, and the only reason they were able to, oh, that would be horrible. Oh, that would be horrible. I cannot. Oh, that would be a funny fucking video to make, though. Oh my god, that'd be such a call out.
How babies are made.
First couple of years, somebody dressed up as it, and we had that big giant walkway, which was big enough for several people to go up there. It's now no longer that, so people legitimately can't bring in their cosplays the same way. God, that would be funny, but it would very much be a call out to. Oh, I can't do that. And even if I swapped it,
Do you remember when Bulma was pregnant with Trunks?
we've never had luck with RoboCop. We've tried uploading RoboCop videos a few different times.
Yep. Remember how
And
big-
honestly, they just don't perform well.
I haven't seen the remake of it. Is it any good? I've heard it was.
It was good. It was good. Well, yeah, but it was good enough. I mean, like, you take the context of when the last one was made and you watch this one, at the very least, visually and everything like that, it's improved. Story-wise, it's horrible. Like it's not good story-wise, but it's a fun, like, turn your brain off and watch the stupidity of money being spent to make everything look fancy. No, it sucked. Yeah.
Because she was.
I'm not saying it isn't a good movie. I'm not saying it's a good movie. It's if you enjoy things blowing up, being shot at, and CGI and stuff like that, you could watch it. It was well done as far as practical and CGI combination effects go. But you got to remember that the original RoboCop was also just as bad. Like, you cannot watch that and think that it's a good movie at this point. It was a good movie for its time, but at its time, you had Terminator and other things coming out. That was the time to make those type of movies. The new Judge Dredd is. I would put.
Levi.
Did you see the remake of Judge Dredd?
Yeah,
Did you like it?
I thought it was fun.
Fun.
I
and
liked it
good,
more than the original.
right? I would put that in the same category as the new RoboCop.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Better than the original?
I would. Well, story wise, no, but like the new Judge Dredd. Actually, I would say the new Judge Dredd had better story. What if a Dalek calls to complain about the stairs?
I need you.
They would hover over them. They, like, in the show, they adapt to the stairs
I need you to explain the birds and the bees
Like,
to Napa.
very, very quickly. It would be that could be an insert. Oh, you know what? Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Because they do take a little bit of time to process things. How do I make that? How do I do that? I know how to do it. I need to pull my mic back out. I forgot that I put it up. And hair does not want to listen today.
How would the upper moons do against a Belmont with breathing?
The mighty Dalek race having issues with stairs, I find massively ironic. Well, first of all, the amount of times that you have faced the Doctor in various scenarios, including ones where you had to climb rocks, which are effectively the original stair, and you didn't have a problem. Yeah, you floated over those. Do you see? And how are the stairs different than the rocks? They're metal and rectangular and higher, but you just float higher. In fact, you could just continuously float, can't you? Levitate. Fine, then levitate. Yeah, now! If they're getting away, levitate now! Did it work? There you go. Utilizing clips is going to make that sketch way more funny. Because there's clips of the Daleks floating over rocks. There's clips of the Daleks literally rising, getting stuck at stairs, but also literally rising and floating up the stairs after the companions. So if I take those moments to show those clips, either as a full-on replace me entirely, do you guys want to see, by the way, the Stitch, fully edited version of the Stitch? But if I use those, it'll help out a lot.
So the stairs thing, have the Daleks be the third call that you get. The first one is ED-209. I require a method to defeat stairs. And you go, listen, we're looking to get EU jump jet, whatever. Then you get a call from Claptrap from Borderlands. Levi, I require a way to defeat stairs, because he in lore, he's stairs are his weakness. And he'd be like, I'll look and see if we can get you some sort of jump jets or something. And then the Daleks call you. Anyway, you literally have jump jets.
Oh yeah. All right.
You literally already have the solution. So it goes from like ED-209 giant thing, maybe Claptrap. Okay, that makes sense. Daleks, you already have this.
Okay, let me mute it. Look, ED-209, not everything is going to be accommodating towards you, but what we can do is get you some kind of like rocket booster, jump jets, or something like that. Attach those to you so you can rise to the occasion, quite literally, especially considering your name. All right. And then we'll do a cut, come back, and it's Claptrap. All right, Claptrap, we can get you some jump jets. It seems to be a common... No, you know, Claptrap, I was just having this conversation with ED. Yeah, I know. Anyway, but we can install some jump jets or something in you so that you can rise to the occasion. I mean, the joke worked with eating. Never mind. And then this is a very odd day. And I'd like to point out that the Daleks literally have jump jets essentially built in. You can levitate. Levitate. You literally rise to the occasion. I like the repeated of the joke until it's a frustration.
Yep. Now, the one thing I'm going to say is it's good, but the first line with ED209, you have to phrase it as if the audience has no idea what's going on. You and I know. They all know. But
What did I
people
say?
watching it will not understand what you're talking about. So, literally, say, listen, ED209. Or-
Yeah, I realize that. Yep.
Yeah, the way it's phrased is as if we all have the inside information. Mention stairs like in the first 5 words.
Let me
I know stairs are a problem. ED209. We're working on it. We thought about giving you jump jets, but we got to get big ones and they're going to be expensive.
Jump jets or something like that. Have those to you so you can rise to.
Okay. ED209, I know that stairs have been a continuous problem for you. Not everything is unfortunately made to be very accommodating, especially with somebody as large as you that is stair. Oh God, what would it be? Not stair phobia. What would it be? There's a word. Ed 209. Thought it was ED 209.
It is ED209.
Why are they saying Ed?
Who's saying Ed?
They're saying it's Ed 209.
Who's saying that?
Isn't it Ed rather than what?
Let's look it up real quick.
Because then I've got to refilm the whole. I gotta delete all of this game.
Hang on. Yep, they introduced it as Ed 209 in the movie.
Fuck. Okay, well, got to get rid of all that. The whole entire thing I recorded doesn't work. I'm gonna say this. As much as I want to stay, like, it's one thing to go ED209. I understand your step challenge. It's an entirely different thing to say Ed 209. Your step challenged. Make it part of the joke. I would love to. Here's the problem. I can turn around and say ED and everything like that. But I would have to rephrase it and go from there. And I would still have to refilm multiple parts. No, it's better to just scrap that and like start this over. So it needs to be a third call in. There we go. That's a good one. ED209, Ed 209. I apologize. Yeah, enforcement droid over. Look, we're getting off topic. You know, no, I didn't even. I don't. No, don't like that. Don't like that. Ed 209, you refused the smaller feet option in order to navigate around different obstacles, including stairs. I understand that stairs are currently a challenge for you. No. See, if we put thrusters on you in the wrong placements, well, have you ever seen Star Wars? You kind of go, you're going to be up in the air and not the way that you want to be. Well, there is other technology, but it's not available to you. I don't like that either. I don't like that. It's not. It's reminiscent to how I would do a skit, but it's not there. Look, Ed 209, I understand that you're step challenged, but you refused the smaller feet. Yeah, those would have allowed you. You're the one who wanted the larger feet. Well, maybe if your name didn't start with ED, you wouldn't have to compensate in some other way. We could put thrusters or rockets on you. No, they couldn't be on your feet. If you ever seen Star Wars, you go foo and be all the way up. Do not understand how gravity works. Your center of mass is all the way up. You put rockets down there, and you go to step, things are not going to go well. And in all honesty, all somebody has to do is pull one leg, and you go, wait! You're going to be the new R2. Look, there's other technology that will be available to you, but it won't be available for a few years. The Dots have some levitating technology. They kind of were stair challenged for a while as well. They levitate rather than, rise to the occasion. Sorry. With rockets, so they just gradually move up rather than just go shooting up. I'm sorry, that's in your name. You had an opportunity to choose anything, and you chose ED 209. I know it's Ed, but still. I think that might be how it works. I'll have to take a look at that. Take a look at it later. And now we observe. The creators in their natural environment. One is peckishly typing at the computer. You notice the loud thump, 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 as if they are a raptor clawing that thing for their life. Some wonder how vicious they really are to that computer. I'm trying to break you. It's not working. It's no wonder he always needs new keyboards so often. We've tried to communicate. It doesn't seem to be working. We have gotten our own. We think it might be his form of communication. I think it was just we asked to mate on accident. I fucking got you. I was waiting for it. I needed you to break.
Check Discord. So it might be better if you're talking to the company that made Ed 209, which is Omni Consumer Products. I liked the erectile dysfunction joke, but it doesn't hit because it's a robot that has no way to do that.
I know.
Hey, Desert Goat, or I guess Hobo Goat now. So it's the solution is jump jets. Then we offered you jump jets, but you can't pay for them with little brown rocks, which is
No. I've read it. I'm like working in my head
okay.
because I keep looking at this, and I think the big thing is like, for the record, we've said this a lot. We will have ideas and we'll throw them to each other because sometimes it just doesn't work with our character.
No.
And I keep looking at this, and I was like, I want to do this because I know Daleks a bit more than Chris does.
It's got to be you doing the Daleks bit, and you rewrite this or redo this any way that you want.
No, it works. That is honestly the best take to do this with, and Claptrap honestly probably better than I do.
You don't need to know anything more beyond the little brown rocks. That's just an in-universe Borderlands joke.
No, I know, which is why like it works. But I'm sitting there and I'm just staring at this, and let's put it this way: you didn't know it was. You took a moment for the Ed 209 bit.
Say again?
I think I know why I'm having trouble with it, and I just don't want to say it out loud.
Why?
It's not a good skit. It's a funny premise, but as it currently stands, each one of these should be their own type of thing that drives further on into the skit. Like if we were going to do a RoboCop skit, ED209, great, and then lead into the next one, and then lead into the next one, and have that be a trend rather than and bop.
The big problem is the ED209 simply isn't well known enough.
Yeah, we would need something. If we put something else there before the Daleks for that sweet three. So
the power of 3. So we do something way more well known, then Claptrap, then Daleks.
Yeah,
that works. So what is something else that couldn't go upstairs, but if it had jump jets, good. The other thing about the ED209 is it wouldn't fit in a regular stairwell.
No, that's another thing. Is it like, and so that would be a thing. And then, like, if I remember right, it just crashed through walls at certain points. So
yeah. So what would be
the last thing? There was a lot of people have been posting AI Robin Williams, and his daughter literally came out and pretty much bashed everyone that's done Robin Williams stuff in general, because fans will go, regardless of how we do it, which doesn't involve AI or AI stuff, people are sending those to her, and they're like, just please leave me alone. Mm-hmm. This he wouldn't like this AI stuff at all. And even though she does support like creators like us having fun and doing things,
yeah,
she doesn't want to see that right now. And the last thing I want to do is make a skit with Bicentennial Man when she's currently like, please leave me alone.
Yeah.
R2D2 doesn't have an issue with stairs.
He has thruster jets.
Yeah. He absolutely would have despised AI. Yeah. The robot from Lost in Space did not have problems with stairs either. He rolled up them. The old school robot would have had trouble. But the new one used the technology of the Roomba thing. Jabba the Hutt has problem with stairs, but again, rockets are available to him. Again, Johnny Five is fun for a 10-second skit, but it's not. It falls in the same category as Ed 209. To be perfectly honest, it is so old. What's up?
Bender from Futurama.
Why does Bender literally walks upstairs all the time?
He's often shown falling over or avoiding them. What about Clank from Ratchet and Clank?
No issue with stairs. Part of the game
Okay.
mechanics actually have you climb them.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, just a fucking Roomba. Go super basic.
Fucking an evil. Oh, I got it.
You want jump jets for your Roomba? Just buy one for upstairs and one for downstairs.
Well, this is honestly a first for me. I didn't know evil Roombas were a thing. I meant that I didn't know they were a thing. I didn't say that they couldn't be a thing. Sure. Evil Roomba. Fucking yeah. Just died. The thought just died. There we go. Got it back. Okay.
I'm gonna record.
Well, this
also.
is a first for me. I didn't know evil Roombas were a thing. I didn't mean that they couldn't be a thing. I said I didn't know that they were a thing. Go vacuum the world of domination away, or whatever you want to. Okay. So stairs are your nemesis. Would you like some rocket jets? Oh, yeah, there are a lot of upgrades that you could have. I mean, have you seen Robot Wars? Oh, that's a good ending on that.
Oh man, John.
Yeah, making sure I got the name right. Oh
man, John. The first part. Oh man.
All right, and then we get to go
man.
the next one of this is Levi with Member Solution. This is Levi with Member Solutions, where we find solutions for.
Oh.
Hello, Claptrap. No, we offered you a solution for the stairs. Little jump jets. You could be like R2-D2. Whee! All the way, everywhere you go. No, we still don't accept brown rocks as currency. You need actual.
Oh.
No,
Well,
Claptrap.
Well,
Money
well,
only.
no, the date part went great. We had steaks, had a couple
Well,
drinks,
when you get the
and then
money,
she
you
has
have
to head back to my place.
the-
Well, so the date part went great.
Leave on Member Solutions, where we find solutions for all.
Well,
hello, Claptrap.
So the date part.
No,
went-
we offered you a solution
so the date
for the
part-
stairs. Little jump jacks, just
Steaks,
like R2-D2.
drinks,
Whee! All the way,
Yes,
everywhere you
back to
go.
my place.
No, we still don't accept little brown rocks as currency. No, Claptrap. Money only. Well, then you can have jump checks if you get money. Then go talk to Moxie or something and figure it out, and then give us a call. This is Levi. Oh, hey, what can I help the Daleks
Yeah.
with?
Yeah.
What? This is
Yeah.
this is
I was like,
National
hell
Stair
yes.
Challenge Day. What the heck's going on here? And I would like to point out,
Oh yeah.
how do you have a problem
Oh yeah.
with stairs?
Yeah.
You can
Yeah,
levitate.
that was-
You
yeah, that
literally
was-
rise
that
to
was-
the
Then
occasion.
when you got-
Then do it
Yeah. Yeah. And I was like,
on the stairs.
yeah.
Do it on the
Yeah,
stairs. If
and I
you
was
can
like,
do it out,
hell yes. And then we got there and she asked for a tour. But then when we got to the bedroom, she started like taking off her clothes. I was like, what are you doing?
There you
She
go.
goes,
It worked.
don't you want to do it? And I was like, yeah, but not in here. Let's go to the kitchen. And I thought,
Go around with that. I can
Yeah.
have the ending be the
Yeah. yeah. And I was like, hell yeah. And yeah. Yeah. And I was like, hell yeah. Yeah. And I was like, hell yeah. But fuck.
Oh.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, hell yeah. But when we got there, she asked for a tour. But then when we got to the bedroom, like she
So we
started
do the
taking off
first
her
scene,
clothes,
which has
which I thought was
we
really
go
weird.
A few
So,
moments later, we do
I asked her
Levi,
what
and
she
then
was doing, and
literally
she goes,
immediately after he
don't
deals
you
with
wanna
Bob,
do it?
I think works
and I
out.
was like, yeah, but not in here. Let's go to the kitchen. Shit. Glasses, don't do that. Oh shit. Yeah, and I was like, hell yeah. We got back to my place. She asked for a tour, but then when we got to the bedroom, like she started taking off her clothes, and I asked her what she was doing, and she was like, "Don't you want to do it?" She put a lot of emphasis on the words "do it," which I thought was kind of strange. And I was like, "Yeah, I do, but not in here. Let's go to the kitchen."
So either way, we have like even if I end that skit a little bit earlier, that I think we've got a working video. Worst case scenario, I'll go to edit and I'll find a part that I don't like. And
She
I'll
seemed to think the kitchen. She seemed really excited about going to the kitchen, but then when we got in there and I started pulling out all, she seemed really
I don't
excited
drink
about going to the kitchen. But then when we got in there,
and like
she seemed really excited about going to the kitchen. But then she like suddenly lost interest when
it's
we
not
got
that I
in
can't
there.
have my
all the leftovers from Bulma's
character
party.
drink coffee, but I really like the idea of like just having that be a thing. Like even my character can't drink coffee, and having that be a man. I wish I could have a cup of coffee, and just be like, well, why
And it was
can't you?
awkward
Type
for-
of thing.
Then it was awkward for a couple minutes, and then she asked where the
Have to go
bathroom
upstairs.
was. Well, she didn't use it; she just left
Have to go
instead. She was really weird.
There's a good cut point.
Then it was awkward. Then it was like
with the
awkwardly
dialects
quiet
several
for a couple
times
minutes.
in there.
It was awkwardly
And
quiet
since
for a
the
couple
video
minutes, and she asked where
is
the
well
bathroom
over the
was.
minute
Well,
30
she didn't
marker
even use
at
it;
this
she just
point.
left.
I'll tinker
kinda
with it,
weird.
find where I like it, and then kind of go from there.
It was really awkwardly quiet. It was really awkwardly quiet for a few minutes, and she asked where the bathroom was. But then she didn't. It was really awkwardly quiet for a few minutes, and then she asked where the bathroom was, but she didn't use it. She just left. She ended up being really weird.
All right, Levi, you have a good night. So this is one video.
Why
Chris
wouldn't
is
I?
filming his video, so that's two. And that's not counting the Stargate and Gary video. That's two randoms. Plus
What?
skits. We'll probably go over the Gary and the Stitchgate skit one last time, before we go ahead.
I think she had a lot more room. I mean, she only ate a 12-ounce steak and some mashed potatoes. She didn't even order dessert.
I might get the. And I'd like to point out, a lot of people find this chair comfortable, and I find this chair comfortable in most settings, except for when I work. Like I need to be able to like lean back, and then I find that having an extra pillow, no matter what chair it is, unless it's like one of those super. I had gotten a Serta chair way back in the day, but it snapped on me, like it broke, and I weighed less than what I do now. But that thing was the most comfortable chair I had ever sat in. And it was like sitting in a regular recliner, but it was also built like a regular recliner. Minus like what it needed to like not snap at the base. We want to do, oh shit. I completely forgot about that.
Okay, but Vegeta. Okay,
We
but
forgot
Vegeta.
about the John
Okay,
Wick
but,
Chuck Norris.
Right.
Oh shit.
okay, but Vegeta always says that the food at Bulma's parties is way better than sex. I mean, have you seen the way that Bulma rolls her eyes and moans and swoons when she eats that food? Besides, how else was I supposed to convince this lady to have a baby?
We were supposed to do a John Wick versus Chuck Norris 150K or 100K, not even 150, 100K special. Fuck, we've had 50,000 subscribers since then. Oh, no.
No, it's not. The mother and the father, they donate genetic material, and then the baby is raised in an incubation pod until it's ready to be on its own. And then we send it off to a planet to take it over.
I gotta wait for Chris. I don't even know.
No,
Like,
it's
I
not.
don't know where it's
The
at.
mother
Like,
and the
wrote
father
up,
each donate genetic material.
a
They
script.
combine it and they put it
Yeah,
in an
it's gonna be
incubation
150K
pod
special.
until it's
I
ready to
wrote up a
survive
script,
outside
though.
the pod. And then the weak ones get shipped off
But
the
it
planet.
would have to
Take
be
them over.
completely rewritten anyways, based on a bunch of new things. I gotta wait for Chris. That's what it boils down to.
Why the hell not? Yeah.
You guys want to? Hey, John Binder. And of course, I'll show you guys the,
from all
the
the
Stitch
from all the
video.
yeah, from all the extra food she was eating. Are you saying that that wasn't a food baby?
Hey, Sherry, how goes it?
I still don't buy it.
John Wayne. I wouldn't do that one. John Wayne and Clint Eastwood would not fit in.
You gonna finish that?
With, like, the Chuck Norris and Bruce Lee thing. To be perfectly honest, John Wayne and Clint Eastwood would get their asses whooped by just Chuck Norris.
Finish that?
Let alone Bruce Lee. Jesus. Hey, Allie. All right. You available? I realized something. Something that we kept putting off, and it has now been 50,000 subscribers later.
What?
The John Wick versus Chuck Norris. We kept getting distracted and busy, and I had a good premise, but I kept rewriting it because like things changed.
I still don't think they'd fight.
Well, here's the thing. John Wick is an assassin by nature. And I've recently rewatched the first one and whatnot. He's back in the game, right? There is nothing stopping John Wick from getting a contract for Chuck Norris. Bam!
Okay. Man, John.
So real quick, I'm gonna when you have a moment, do what you need to do. But I've got some ideas to shoot off with you. We're gonna finish this one. We're gonna iron out this idea tonight, if possible. Because at that point, right as it stands right now, we have two randoms, and we have the Gary and Stitch Gate that still needs to be filmed. And technically, we have Stitch.
Two of the same suggestion. The Yautja hire John Wick to take out the Chuck Norris. Predators hire John Wick after Norris threatens to kill their species. So combined, we've established that the Yautja are horrified of Chuck Norris.
Yes. And we've done
that.
They
hire John Wick to kill Chuck Norris because Chuck Norris is literally the scariest thing in their reality.
Exactly. That's a good way to start it.
Yep.
Or a good reason as to why it happened.
Hey, John. What's up, Napa? The Yautja hired John Wick.
No, what it can be is Levi taking a call, and like it needs to be a horrified Levi taking John Wick's call, going, Mr. Wick, I'm afraid I cannot give you Chuck Norris's location. Oh, trust me, it's not because I don't want to. It's because I can't physically give you his location. The tracker doesn't really work that well. Put him on hold. John?
That kind of the what I was basically saying was you like the Yautja hired John Wick to take out Chuck Norris. We can't let that happen. Why? Remember that scene in Gurren Lagann when Gurren Lagann and the Anti-Spiral are jamming their drills together and the universe shrinks down to a point? Yeah, and then pops back. Yeah, these two fight is not going to pop back.
Real quick, what you just did, write that down. That's the opening, and then we get to swap to Levi trying to get taking the call from John Wick, but instead of what I was going with, it's like, well, we do have a tracker. It's just not very Yes, I can send you the tracker data, and like I can't send you the tracker data, and like I would rather not have a visit. Levi owes John
Who?
John Wick. Levi owes John Wick a marker.
A marker?
Like he owes John Wick a favor.
Okay.
And so he gives them the tracking data. And so the line, instead of me taking the call, Levi could have overheard the conversation and been like, "Oh, it's too late for that. What do you mean?" Well, I owed him a favor, so I gave him the tracking data. And literally just Napa and John just staring at Levi with multiple questions. And John just goes, "You gave him the tracker information. One, it's John fucking Wick. Would you tell him no?" And you just kind of said, "That's besides the point." Or no, even better. "Well, I didn't give him the data." My point still stands. Two, I owed him a favor. What point of that did you not understand? That's a really good way. And that establishes it without having without moving it forward.
Steaks, had a couple drinks, and then she asked to
And
wow.
yeah, that's really good. We need to write that out. That's a good way to do it, because then like we can let the audience from there write the story.
So the date part went great. We had a couple steaks. So the date part went great. We had steaks, couple drinks.
Oh yeah,
my place.
John Wick just walked into the office.
So the date part went great. So the date part went great. We had steaks, couple drinks, and then she has to head back to my place.
So that's what we'll do. We'll have Chris and Napa. Napa needs to deliver the news.
I was like, yeah.
John is talking to Napa about it. We can't let it happen. Levi goes a little late.
It's really weird.
I'm gonna reference it rather than have it actually currently happen.
Don't you want to do it? And I was like, yeah, but
or he's in I like the idea that he's in reception.
On the words, do it.
Oh, what if he has to come to the office? He came to the office to pick it up.
Let's go to the kitchen. Tour, but then when we got to the bedroom, like she started. Got that to my place. She asked for a tour, but then when we got, and I was like, yeah. Yeah. And I was like, hell yeah. We got back to my place. She asked for a tour. But then when we got to the bedroom, like she started taking off her clothes. And I asked her what she was doing. And she was like, don't you want to do it? She put a lot of emphasis on the words do it, which I thought was kind of strange. And I was like, yeah, I do, but not in here. Let's go to the kitchen. Then it was not going to the kitchen. But then she like suddenly lost interest when we got in there and I started taking out all the leftovers from Bulma's party from over the weekend. When we got in there, like I started. She seemed really excited about going to the kitchen, but then she like suddenly lost interest when we got in there and I started taking out all the leftovers from Bulma's party from over the weekend. Then she asked where the bathroom was, but then she didn't. It was really awkward, like
Writing
quiet
stuff
for a
out.
few minutes, and then she asked where the bathroom was, but she didn't use it. She just left. She ended up being really weird. Why wouldn't I? She ended up being really weird. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? What?
Source are quiet, everybody. We're writing and editing.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, John. Come on, John. I think she had a lot more room. I mean, she only ate a 12-ounce steak and some mashed potatoes. She didn't even order dessert. John. Come on. Come on, John. I think she had a lot more room. I mean, she only ate a 12-ounce steak and some mashed potatoes. She didn't even order dessert. But okay, but Vegeta always says that the food. Okay, but Vegeta always says that the food at Bulma's parties is way better than sex. I mean, have you seen the way that Bulma rolls her eyes and moans and swoons when she eats that food? Besides, How else was I supposed to convince this lady to have a baby with me? What? No, it's not. The mother and the father, they donate genetic material, and then the baby is raised in an incubation pod until it's ready to be on its own.
Once.
And then we send it off to a planet to take it over. What? What? No, it's not. The mother and the father each donate genetic material. They combine it and they put it into an incubation pod until it's ready to survive outside the pod. Incubation pod.
Sorry, Disco Chicken. We're deep in work, just not loud work.
It's not. What? What? Baby with me. What? No, it's not. The mother and the father each donate genetic material. They combine it and they put it into an incubation pod until it's ready. Incubation pod. Until it's ready to Why the hell not?
I think that's a good place to leave it. Okay. We have to figure out the opening a little bit between you and Nappa. But it goes from Nappa telling John saying that you need to stop it.
Yeah.
And then I love that show. I know, I remember. Yeah, but if those 2 5, it won't pop back. Nappa going, oh. And then Levi saying, oh, I need to change that from an O to a. It's a bit too late for that. Just saying.
Yeah. From all the. Yeah. From all the.
So we have Nappa walking into the office, letting John know that he just found out that there is a bounty for
from all the
Chuck Norris that John Wick took. John saying you need to stop that. Remember Gurren Lagann. I love that show. I know. Remember when Gurren Lagann and the Anti-Spiral are smashing their bits together, the universe shrinks down to teeny tiny point. Yes, and then it pops back. Yeah, but if these two fight, it won't pop back. Oh, that's great. And then Levi goes, a bit late for that, John. I told Wick he could have our Chuck tracker, as glitchy as it is. John just turning slowly, going, why? No, what? It doesn't matter right now. Call him back and tell him no. You tell John Wick no. John just stares at Levi. My point exactly. Besides, he's already waiting in reception. So if you want to tell him no, Nappa goes, I need to not be here.
I still don't buy it.
Goes to leave. John watches Nappa try to hightail it out there, going, dude, looks back at Levi again. Why'd you say yes? And why is he here? 2 reasons.
Finish that.
Would you tell him no? And 2, I owed him a blood debt. Nappa comes back and is the last line, by the way. Oh, what did I miss? How do you owe John Wick a blood debt? Also, can somebody walk me out? Wick scares me. Which I think is a great, like, it's super heightened that John Wick's in the office. Nappa needs somebody to walk him out. Levi owes John Wick a blood debt, and he's giving the Chuck Norris tracker to clear that debt.
Sorry, I was doing this. I didn't hear most of that.
Oh, you suck. All right, are you paying attention? Are you ready?
I'm looking at what you wrote. Go ahead.
Okay. So we start in with Nappa, like you said, Nappa coming in to tell John. John trying to tell Nappa no. It gets heightened by Levi says, a little bit late for that, John. I told Wick he could have our Chuck tracker as glitchy as it is.
Why? No, you know what? That doesn't matter right now. Call him back and tell him no.
Would you tell John Wick no? My point exactly. Besides, he's already waiting in reception. So if you want to tell him no,
I need to not be here.
and John, you watch him. Watch him.
Dude, again, why did you say yes? And why is he here?
2 reasons. 1, would you tell him no? And 2, I owed him a blood debt, which Napa comes back at that point.
Oh, what did I miss? And how do you owe John Wick a blood debt? Also, can somebody walk me out, please? John Wick scares me.
We would need to fine tune how he says those lines, but I think that works out really well. Napa can't leave, so he comes back and is the one who asks the questions that the audience is going to ask out loud. Because all he heard was, I owe him a blood debt. I would probably just get rid of the O, actually, and just have him go, what did I miss?
Can I propose some changes?
Yeah, go for it.
I need to grab this and put it into a different file because I can't edit that. So give me a second.
I didn't say it was a working one. And when we can put the track, like that could be a thing that Levi does, but at the same time,
how does it begin again?
Napa comes in. Remember, you said that Napa comes in and tells John that he got a notice of John Wick taking a mark out on the bounty that was put on the Predators put a bounty on Chuck Norris, and John Wick took it. That's what it was. So Napa got a notice, or Napa set it up. What if Napa set it up?
No, he wouldn't do that.
He wouldn't do that. So once we iron this out, which is going to be a very short skit, and it opens up the floodgates for people to just have fun and make their comments, and for us to play with this down the road. I still don't know where we'll go with the Fellowship of the Lanterns. I honestly think we'll just let it sit for a month or two and then swing back. I think that's the best option, is to swing back to it and remake it. Let people forget about it, remake it from scratch with the intent of it being a series. And that's assuming that people want it at that point. Because I don't know where to go from where it got left off, to be honest. Unless we just escalate it to immediately. Oh, we could do that. Could just have fun.
It goes straight to Sauron already having the
Yeah. Yeah, just go straight to that. Holy shit. And figured out how Levi can get introduced back in there too. What was it was a pink ring, right? The ring of compassion is pink.
No, it's indigo.
Indigo. I do not know how to spell Sauron. Sauron.
Sauron. Sauron.
There we go. If people have forgotten it, how could they still want it? So here's a weird thing, Motorcycle. We have found, and we've tested this theory out with several different ones. If a video idea holds up, reposting it later down the road, it will do relatively well based on wherever you are in your social media journey, right? Sometimes it'll blow up massively and it will never reach those numbers again, but it'll still like reach better numbers than what you are currently experiencing. And that means people still gravitate towards that idea. However, because the video is old, it's you have to take into account when you're reposting an old video, you're reposting an old video. This idea was already out there. It's not a new idea. And the quality may not be what a lot of newer people are used to. So when we reposted the Kevin versus Batman skit, it didn't do that well. Relatively speaking, it did pretty poorly. But it pulled in the numbers that were for the time. That says the idea is solid. It's just too damn old of a video. We could revisit the entire Kevin McAllister stuff. There's no need to. People like it if there are fans already, but no one's really gravitating towards that idea. The Batman Kamihami skit was an example of I had an idea way back in the day, absolutely loved it, never was able to get it to the spot I wanted to until recently. And at first, I thought it failed. I thought I spent a lot of money for me on a video that I wanted to see to fruition. And at the very least, I was like, I got to see this. I'm very happy with how things turned out. This is awesome. If nothing else, this is a video for me. But I was also battling depression at the time, so that wasn't helpful. But 2 days later, that fucking video blew up everywhere. like it's like 100,000 views on like every social, or something like that. It's relatively close to that. Let's take a look here. This probably isn't the right one because I think this is just the that's just the animation. So the long version of it did 12,000, which we weren't putting out a lot of content at that time. So that's not surprising. The short version of it, though, Joker has a really bad day, 105,000. The second part, Master Roshi took Batman in as a student, 39,000. If you were to combine it, that means it got 150,000 views. And people wanted part 2 and everything else like that. And then it did better on Facebook, and it did relatively well on TikTok. It paid for itself and then some, which is what I needed it to do. People loved it, and because of that, we did the Scarecrow video. Did we release that? We released that, didn't we?
Which one? Scarecrow? Oh, yeah.
I don't think we ever released it as a short. Oh shit, we never made it into a short.
You're right, we didn't.
Oh, well, there's that. That's a 5-minute video. At minimum, that's 3 shorts. So I don't think we've done too bad. We're doing we got the 2 random skits. I don't know what their names are going to be right now. You got your random. I've got my random. We're working on the John Wick versus Chuck Norris skit right now. We figured out at least the bones of part 4 of Sauron of Fellowship of Lanterns. Don't know how I opened that up. We've got Stitchgate and Gary, and then we have to make Scarecrow. Yeah, we've got plenty of content for the rest of the week and partly into next week. We just need to film Stitchgate, Gary, and then iron out this current one that you're working on. How would Villainsport help someone that has angered John Wick and Harry Dresden? Buy them a tombstone. have the joke of the Tombstone pizza commercials. Well, I can buy you a tombstone. Oh no, I don't mean the pizza.
All right.
Hold on. That's gotta be a short. It may not. Give me a minute. I've got to do that.
Right.
I've got to do that.
That's fine.
Let me get this straight. You managed to piss off John Wick, the boogeyman of boogeymen, and Harry Dresden. Well, what my advice for you to do would be to bend over, put your head between your legs, and kiss your... Well, the other option is that we could send you a tombstone. Oh, no. I don't mean the pizza. I mean, it would be a nice one. We could engrave it and everything. John Wick and Harry Dresden, and you pissed them off. What do you want us to do?
If you fused fuse Chuck Norris and John Wick,
Get paid one. It doesn't
you
need
get
to be.
Chuck Wick or John Norris.
Huh?
Alternate asked, what happens if Chuck Norris trains or fuses with John Wick? And I said, you get Chuck Wick or John Norris.
So that
So
video
do
is
you
going
want-
to be below the minute marker, so it's only going to be monetized on like YouTube and
Facebook and YouTube and Facebook. That's fine. You want to read this quick?
Yes.
All right.
You want me to be Napa?
Napa reacts to a computer beep. I think, John, the Predators just hired John Wick. What? Who's the target? Says I don't have permission. I don't have the permissions to see it. Hold on. Type. Oh, this is bad. What is? Oh shit! Hold on, I forgot John. Shit. Levi,
What's up?
the Yautja hired John Wick to kill Chuck Norris.
Oh, that does explain some things.
How does that possibly explain some things? Why is that so bad? It would answer a lot of questions. No, it would not. Remember in Gurren Lagann? I love that show. I know. Remember when Gurren Lagann and the Anti-Spiral are smashing the drills together and the universe shrinks down to a teeny tiny little point? Yes, and then it pops back. Yeah, but if these two fight, it won't pop back. Oh, that's bad. Yeah, and Levi, how does that explain things?
I told John Wick he could have our check tracker, as glitchy as it is.
Why? You know what? It doesn't matter right now. Call him back and tell him no.
Would you tell John Wick no? My point exactly. So if you want to tell him no,
I need to not be here. Napa leaves. Dude, again, why did you say yes? Can one of you walk me out of the building, please? John Wick's in the lobby. is he here?
Again, would you tell him no? Also, I owed him a blood debt.
For what? And yes, Nappa, I'll walk you out.
I think that works. I think that works out better. I think you should. I think the for what and just leaving Nappa in the air might be better. Because, like, if you're reacting to the fact that I owe him a blood debt, and yet you turn around and react to Nappa as if it's nothing, it takes away from your reaction of the fact you just found out I owed John Wick a blood debt.
Yeah. And we just leave it there.
Yep.
And people don't know for what.
Exactly. It can be one of those things of like a what? So that's good. I like that. Do we want to write up the script for part 4 of the Fellowship of the Rings, or just leave the premise for now?
Let's leave it as a premise for right now.
Okay. Can you? I'm gonna delete my stuff here. You have that on Google or something, right?
Shit. I have what on Google?
The John Wick script.
Yeah.
All right. Is it where I think it usually is?
Should be.
Yeah. No, it's getting late, and I want to show you. I want to like go over a few things and wrap things up here.
Oh yeah. Why don't you show us the Stitch?
Yeah. And then we'll wrap up the live, and then I want to talk to Chris.
But that was real Chuck Norris. That wasn't Chuck Norris facts. Chuck Norris.
I'm sorry, a tiny blue rat. So we do not have the some of the voice work I'd like to have. And if we don't get it by Wednesday, this will be the final video until I do get that voice work, if I think it's necessary to like, it's the only thing that would change is adding that voice work. So ready?
Yep.
I'm sorry, a tiny blue rat just threw 4 what at you? And how do you know what a Rasengan is? Oh, he said it. It's nice that he said that. Yeah, I'm still here. Quick question. Did this tiny blue rat yell obscenities in a language you might not have known? Well, as long as they feel like obscenities, they probably are. Did it have 4 arms with claws? All right. Relatively large ears. Okay. And did it say I'm cute and fluffy?
File your foul, your flood!
Also cute and fluffy.
I have to make another phone call. One moment, please. How the fuck did you get out?
Foreman, sister.
Stupid. Nope. All right. Well,
You're missing a lot of the
Listen,
stuff I did for.
You have a great day.
I'm listening to it.
Yeah, I know, but you're missing some of the other stuff.
Okay.
I did
Sorry.
visual things.
Hey, Mandar. Are you going to tell me when a time machine went missing? Right. It was just a hunch. Is there a reason why? You didn't let anybody know.
Now, a few things here. This is also a testing because I'm saying Peacemaker versus Blue Rat. I'm using the Peacemaker because Peacemaker's trending right now. And I use the blue rat. I use the rat in the Peacemaker series right here, and then I give that rat 2 Kamehamehas, or no, 2 Rasengans. Sorry, Chris.
Yep.
Right there.
I see it.
And then we find out, about Stitch. And then when I go to talk to Stitch, this is something I'm really happy with how it turned out.
Also
You
cute
missed
and
it.
fluffy.
I have to make another
Right here, Chris.
phone call. One moment, please.
How the fuck did you get out?
Come on, sister.
Nope. All right. Well, can't unmute him. No, I did not translate. That's why the translator said.
I like that.
So one of the things that we've done, we usually say who we're talking to's name or make it clear that that's who we're talking to. Now, one of the things that I've seen that's been a weak point in our videos when we don't do that, but the video is still really good, is that we tend to go on the safe end, to be perfectly honest, and we don't like characterize who we're speaking to, whether that's Chris or me. We've done that before, and even though it's a really good video, it doesn't do really well. So I'm letting the text handle it, and I'm going to see what happens. I'm saying through the text Peacemaker versus somebody else, which makes the assumption that I'm talking to Peacemaker without ever having to say his name. The video is good, but if I do a random no name, the video will not perform nearly as well as it could if I just go, let's insert a name and let people have fun with it from there.
Right.
So this is also a test to see how people will react to that. You're letting Samara handle it. That's actually a good one because this has been a continuous issue with us where we have a really good video. It's funny. Everyone that does get to see it watches it. But because we didn't attach some type of big name IP to it to say who we're talking to, it doesn't perform as good as it could have.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do a test run. I'm going to be like, hey, this would be a perfect example. Peacemaker series has doors that lead to other dimensions. This is a perfectly reasonable thing to have happened. He has a thing for that. He has a phobia of rats thing, or not him, but one of the people in there. The Suicide Squad thing does. So that it's a bunch of possibilities. And I was like, this works out and it's trending. But that video honestly works as it is as a standalone video without Mandark's lines. I would just love to have Josh do those lines if possible, but that's 2 lines and that's it. And I can't hear you. Did you mute yourself?
Sorry. Yep.
And I can't justify, I'm not sure I can justify releasing another version that just has Mandark's lines in it.
I understand. I totally get it.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
So that one will not be released until after Wednesday. I'm going to wait till Wednesday. If he isn't able to get it, I'm going to release this version. And if he gets me those lines, I'll put him in there with Mandark's likeness and stuff like that. And I don't know, we'll decide if we want to release it or not.
Hello, 882-119-851.
Yeah. And I was like, hell yeah. We got that plane. She asked for a tour.
Hi.
That's when, like, she started- I asked her what she was doing. She
The
was like,
Stitch Eye.
don't you want to do it? She put a lot of the words do it. I thought it was kind of strange. But I was like, yeah, I do, but not in here. Let's go to the kitchen.
Napa. Napa,
So
we're the kitchen.
here's the thing that would be great for animation. And we're gonna be wrapping this up with this last question, and then I want to hang out with Chris.
She seemed
For-
really excited about going to the kitchen. Suddenly lost interest when we got in there. And I started
So having Samara in the videos, when we first did it, it was a lot of extra work, and that would be definitely something for an animator. If there was an animator, that text up top and stuff like that, it would have been great. However, another thing that would have been better, in all honesty, is in animation. Let's say we animate The Office, we're all animated, and think of the style of Inside Out, for an example, right? Seeing Samara, a ghost, travel from one screen to the other to deliver packages and notes and stuff like that. would work out so much better in animation
Really awkward.
because she gets to be a background focused character. She's still a background character that doesn't have any speaking lines, technically, but you still get to see a lot of her, and she has interactions with the crew and stuff like that. Works a lot better than just on screen trying to address that. But a full-time editor who would have hopefully a little bit of comedic sense could very well use that as their way of talking to the audience and screen and stuff like that too, which we've done before. But it is a lot of extra work to sit there and try to write after we've effectively finished the video for a character that normally doesn't speak in some way. I've kind of let people go, the text is Samara talking to the audience,
To have sex,
and just kind of like accepted that.
not to eat more food.
Yeah. We took it as Samara is effectively I think she's like 12, right? Like she was 12 or something when she died.
I don't remember.
And so we made her talk in emojis at the time instead of subtitles.
It'd be fun to get her because we didn't have anyone to voice her.
Yeah. But I don't think she needs one.
She wanted to.
But it would be but like I said, it does take a lot of extra time to sit there and be like, what is a good funny thing to say and stuff like that. And in all honesty, if my kiddo takes up editing like they might for a summer job, that very well could be they can do that. Was it around 8?
She had a lot more room. I mean, she only ate a 12-ounce steak and some mashed potatoes. She didn't even order dessert.
Yeah, she's around 8.
Yeah.
Heading out of state on the 9th. And wedding anniversary Kentucky. Hey, congrats.
Probably because she was.
I think she just had a severe trauma as a child after release, or she could be mute as a trauma induced. Totally, but at the same time, it was. I believe she can't speak in the movies either.
Doesn't she call on the phone and say 7 days?
Either that or that's just the curse. I don't know. It's now been a bit.
Okay, I think that you wildly underestimate.
So,
Wheeling Dragon, I got 2 shirts in the mail. There was no from on it anywhere. It was this one, which I love, and then a green one with a picture of like a Galapagos tortoise that says elderly, normal ninja tortoise on it. I don't know who they're from. If there was a from on it, I could not find it. There was nothing on the label, and there were a couple little stickers in there. I literally have no clue who sent it. If it was Levi, he's doing a great job of hiding it.
I don't even know how to send you for
Whoever
Christmas.
did say it, whoever did send it, thank you, because they're awesome. Right size and everything.
I had ideas to send you stuff for Christmas, but those ideas kind of went up in smoke once my disability started taking money it's not supposed to. I'm constantly $185 short every month. Has not been pleasant.
Gina always says that
That's bills I would usually be paying with that. Sorry for not being here. You do not have to apologize whatsoever.
Gina.
Bye, Fiv.
Okay, but Gina always says that the food at Bulma's parties is what.
We also need to, when we get done with the live stream, which again we'll wrap up here in a second. Me and Chris need to write out a skit for a new anime that both of us enjoy quite a bit. And that has led to Chris figuring out John's origin too. Do you want to tell him your new origin story?
Literally.
One sec.
Sex is
Well, this is honestly a first for me. I didn't know evil.
Yeah, that's the right one. Okay.
Sex is literally how babies are made. Okay, but Gina always says that the food at Bulma's parties.
I should have known it was a GIF. There's already an evil Roomba. It's a dark humor meme about the dark Roomba.
What? No, it's not. What? No, it's not. The mother and the father each donate genetic material. They combine it and they put it into an incubation pod. Put it into an incubation pod.
Looks. There's a rug that's a Ouija board. Looks great until the Roomba accidentally summons a demon, and then like there's a oh yeah, this is the perfect one. It says accidentally, and there's 2 red lights on the Roomba. That's perfect. That's the picture I'm going to use for the evil Roomba. I love that. Oh my god, that is fuck.
Do you remember when Bulma was pregnant with Trunks? Remember?
Do we want to wait until you've got a rough cut of that and then go ahead?
Yeah.
and-
Yeah. Just give me a second.
That's what I was wondering if that's what we were waiting for or not. I figured that you might have wanted to show that off before we called it.
I do.
Remember how big her stomach got?
Roombas.
Yeah.
And Hocus Pocus 2, Mary, Sanchez Files, other one each feet. Oh yeah, there's that. Most Roombas need a dense cup. Mike, are you looking forward to Spaceballs?
Yeah, from all the extra.
So I've seen some of the promotional material for Spaceballs, and it's very much in line with that parody thing. And I've mentioned my concern is that they're not going to be able to live up to the first one. And at that point, like,
I just don't want it to be as bad as Dumb and Dumber 2 was.
yeah, like there's a point where you go, like, to be fair, the Ghostbusters reboot was good. They're not. There's a version that's not good. The one I'm talking about not so bad. The second movie of the Ghostbusters reboot, not so great, but not bad either. The Frosted Empire one or whatever it was. There's a Ghostbusters movie we don't talk about. There's a lot of people who blame the version of Ghostbusters that was the all-female cast. They say, oh, it was because it was the all-female cast, they made it too woke. I'm like, no, that was never the problem. They got some of the top female comedians to play these roles. Like, they had a star cast. By all intents and purposes, that should have been they had a shit script. They should have had, like, that should have been the biggest fucking movie of the summer, and it was just like the story was horrendous. The actors did a great job with what they were handed. Anyone that blames the actors has not seen them in other stuff, or not enough. The Sandman would.
Levi.
Darth Vader's greatest foe, the Sandman. John, you need to get me out of here. Vader, you are literally one of the most powerful beings in the world. It's the Sandman, John. I can't do this. Oh my god.
Huh?
You just missed me showing off of Stitch Across the Timelines, which opens up the ability to do one-off Stitch videos. I had been struggling for a while because I needed to find a way that I could do one-off Stitch videos that I could say are not part of the main storyline that we're trying to tie up and finish up and get done. And this was a great way to do it. Found a way to do it. So we're going to be doing Stitch videos for quite some time. It's lovely how I don't say a single word and yet
Yep.
we can watch it be edited.
I'm going to lunch. Huh?
I think that one.
You're right.
Like right as I'm taking a bite. Huh? The slow realization that he's trying to get my attention. It just builds the scene. So motorcycle. In the Stitch Across the Universe multiverse, we're gonna hit a point to where we're gonna be helping Stitch effectively solve the problem, track down, get it taken care of. And I'll build some reason as to why Stitch is here, right? But during that point of him being here and him getting back home for the happy ending and everything, there's a gap, and he stole a time machine. So now, because he has access to a time machine, he can have as long of an adventure as he wants and still do whatever. Scott, could you imagine someone trying to take Stitch from him?
Are you gonna finish that?
Oh, if Stitch got adopted by John Wick. Yeah. That needs to be an animation. Oh, I'd be redoing the whole scene. Oh, I need to write that down as an idea. That needs to be an animation idea.
All right. This is just over 3 minutes long. No subtitles yet or anything. You ready?
Yeah. I can't hear anything.
Hey, Napa, how did your date go last night? So the date part went great. We had steaks, a couple drinks, and then she has to head back to my place. Oh, really? Yeah. And I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, hell yeah. We got that to my place. She asked for a tour. But then when we got to the bedroom, like she started taking off her clothes. And I asked her what she was doing. And she was like, don't you want to do it? She put a lot of emphasis on the words do it, which I thought was kind of strange. And I was like, yeah, I do, but not in here. Let's go to the kitchen. Napa, why the kitchen? She seemed really excited about going. Oh, why the kitchen? She seemed really excited about going to the kitchen, but then she like suddenly lost interest when we got in there and I started taking out all the leftovers from Bulma's party from over the weekend. From Bulma's party? It was really awkwardly quiet for a few minutes, and then she asked where the bathroom was, but she didn't use it. She just left. She ended up being really weird. Napa, if she wanted to do it, why were you pulling out leftovers from Bulma's party? Why wouldn't I? Napa, do it means to have sex, not to eat more food. What? She wanted to have sex with you, not eat leftovers. She'd literally just eaten dinner. Come on, John. I think she had a lot more room. I mean, she only ate a 12-ounce steak and some mashed potatoes. She didn't even order dessert. Yeah, probably because she was full. That's a lot of food for the average human. I'm not gaslighting you, okay? I think that you wildly underestimate how much more food you Saiyans eat than humans. Okay, but Vegeta always says that the food at Bulma's parties is way better than sex. I mean, have you seen the way that Bulma rolls her eyes and moans and swoons when she eats that food? Besides, how else was I supposed to convince this lady to have a baby with me? Nappa, sex is literally how babies are made. What? No, it's not. That the mother and the father each donate genetic material. They combine it and they put it into an incubation pod. They don't use incubation pods on Earth. Why the hell not? Do you remember when Bulma was pregnant with Trunks? Yeah. Remember how big her stomach got? Yeah, from all the extra food she was eating. No, Nappa, it's because she was literally incubating Trunks in her body. Are you saying that wasn't a food baby? No, that was not a food baby. I still don't buy it. Levi.
Huh?
I need you to explain the birds and the bees to Nappa. I'm going to lunch. Are you going to finish that?
Can't hear you.
That ending is like
Yeah.
it drags a little bit in the middle with the Trunks thing and whatnot. Now that I'm looking at it, but like that build up to that end is
That Yeah. John, no, come on, man. I'm eating lunch here. Hold on. Let me just real quick.
Put it into an incubation pod. They don't
Pressure
use
clutching the food
incubation
is
pods on Earth.
Hold on.
Why the hell not? Do you remember when Bulma was pregnant with Trunks? Yeah. Remember how big her stomach got? Yeah, from all the extra food she was eating. It's because
you could honestly
was literally incubating Trunks in her body.
There's gotta be a way to cut this down.
Bulma was pregnant with Trunks.
like right there with the food baby.
Remember when Bulma was not? Do you remember when Bulma was
like literally just have him immediately go Levi right after
Yeah,
Nappa's
I'll think about
line.
that, yeah.
No, not there. No, not there. Not yet. Press play.
Was pregnant with Trunks? Yeah. Remember how big her stomach got? Yeah, from all the extra food she was eating.
Right there. like a nope, I'm done. like John You could totally have John right there.
She was eating. Levi,
Yeah, you're right.
food she was eating. Levi, I need you to explain the birds and the bees. Are
I'm
going
going
to
to lunch.
lunch.
Mm-mm.
Are you gonna finish that?
you need to cut, you need to tighten that part up down. Not that, yeah, that and the other, and my part. Cut that one right there.
Just watch the little eyebrow wiggle. Hold on.
Oh, the little eyebrow. I didn't even notice that.
Hey, Napa.
I love my part in this so much. Like it's so like, go back to when you first see me.
It's just I give up. Hey,
Levi, I need you to explain the birds and the bees to Napa. I'm going to lunch. You gonna finish that?
It is so funny. Just threw Levi underneath the bus. So fucking like, I actually feel sorry. That's me, and I feel sorry for me.
I know.
It's like, huh? Oh, oh,
It's like you think at work and you're like minding your own business, and your boss is like, "Hey, Levi," you're like, got a sales call with the CEO of Pepsi. Take it.
Like getting territorial over food.
That
It's
cuts it
so
under 3
silly of a
minutes. Too.
face.
Now it's a short.
Is it like 1:30 or something?
No. It's 2 minutes and 47 seconds.
I mean, if you wanted to push it out, you could add an ending to it, but I don't think you need to.
No.
We've got well, we'll go over that in a minute. All right. So I want to thank everyone for joining us. It's been wonderful. I wish you all peace of mind, serenity, mind, spirit, and harmony among others. Remember, take it one breath, one step, one day at a time. Until the winds blow your sails our way again. Have an Acme day.
Have an Acme Day is a product of Villain. Having an Acme Day, we're trying to build your account. Have an Acme Day.
Have an Acme day simply means to have the best day you possibly can have. Bye now. Hold on. Outro.